to publicise it, so it gives the school a bit of promotion, gives the church a bit of promotion. So then I just contacted the local paper and said, you know, Stokesley Primary School children are taking part in making shoe boxes that are going to be sent over to Africa. Would you like to come and do a story on that?
Right.
And
so you just went along to the paper and said, look, is the reporter available?
just asked them to send a report, and they said, no problem. They said, we'll contact you back. They rang me back. What date is it? And then they sent a reporter and a photographer. And the best part was, I got such a nice relationship with the reporter. He says, before I put the letter, before the story goes out to print, I'll email it to you so that you can check it. So if anything needs adding or taken off before we put it to print, then you just let us know how you want it.
So you developed the relationship there. And then you moved on a little bit. Now this was with the radio work. How did you get in contact with the radio?
Well, again, it was easy really, Peter. I'm an early riser, I've got young children, so Sunday morning, 6 till 9, I like to listen to BBC Tees, which is a Christian programme. And on there, they had some other pastor, a reverend, somebody, doing a 10-minute Sunday service. And I thought, well, our pastor can do that. So I sent an email in to the presenter offering our pastor to come in live on a Sunday morning, because all the other vicars or reverends would all be working and ours wouldn't be. So I said, ours can come and do it live. And he thought that was a really, really good idea.
Right, okay. So you spotted the opportunity for the local radio station. How did our pastor appreciate the opportunity you created?
He did, but he was really nervous about it. When he phoned me up, he was sort of excited and shocked at the same time, but in all fairness, he was really happy that he went on live. And yes, he was nervous, and he rang me and said his mouth was very dry and he didn't really think he was talking or making a lot of sense, but when you listen back to it, you've done a good job of it.
Now, the pastor's Colin Woodford. He's done this on a number of occasions since.
Oh yeah, he's a regular now, so there's a rota of 12 pastors now, and he's on that rota. So now every 12 weeks Colin goes on there. He goes in on a Thursday, records the programme, or sometimes on a Friday morning, and then it goes on air.
How have you developed your relationship with these reporters and these journalists? Because you don't just leave them to it, you know.
I bribe them.
Oh, come on, bribery. What do you do?
It really, really works. I bribe them. As example, with the newspapers, I turn up when I'm ready to have another story put in. I turn up with a thank you for the last story. So as I've just called round I phone up and say, I'm just popping into Middlesbrough, so I have a little something for you, and it may be a calendar from the church, it may be a bottle of Schlur, or a box of chocolates, and I just want to give you this to say thank you for the story you done, it was wonderful, and I need a favour.
Right, okay. So you know the name of the reporter you want to talk to?
Yes.
You've got a relation, you know how that reporter responds, you've kept up the relationship, and they want you.
Yeah, I mean, I just ring up, sometimes I phone the Gazette, ask for Chris, and I just say, hi Chris, just ring to see how things are going, how are you doing? You know, how have you been on holiday? And I just have a chat with him about him. So and I don't want anything, but then when I need something, or he has actually rang me at one point and said, I need your help. I have to do something in your area. Can you provide a family for me who can talk about why they live there, and I will owe you a favour? That was fantastic.
So if I summarise, you recognised that there was an opportunity, you followed that opportunity up, you knew that the press were interested in articles, and you've kept up.
Like I say, God sends opportunities to us every day. We can grasp them or let them go, and I prefer to grasp as many as I can get, and God does send plenty for us. With the radio station, I just send Michael, I send him emails all of the time, I send him copies of our newsletter, I invite him to church social events. Even though I know he's not going to come, I still invite him, and then I send him another email and tell him what he's missed, so that he knows exactly what our church is doing. If I'm collecting food for the food banks, or if I'm doing something for the homeless, he is aware of everything our church is doing, and if he's interested in any of it, then he asks me for more details if he wants somebody
Would
in.
you say you've raised the profile of God's people in Middlesbrough?
I hope so, yes, I really do hope so. There's more people now, I believe, are aware of the Seventh-day Adventist Church because of the publicity that, and the best part of it all, Peter, it's all free. It doesn't cost any money, it's free advertising, and it's wonderful. And my latest thing that I'm doing now is I have applied for the church, for Middlesbrough Church, to go on to Songs of Praise. So that is waiting in the wings, shall we say.
Let's see if that happens. Now, Judy's actually a good example of a local communicator. She's been passionate about the things that she does. She's developed relationships with people. I hope she stays as a communicator for the church. But whether she moves on to another office or not, she will still communicate in some way.